Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the determination of hardness using complexometric method or EDTA method. Now what is EDTA means? EDTA is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, which is a complexing agent, and using this EDTA we are going to determine the hardness of water. See the structure of EDTA. This is ethylene. There are two amines which the hydrogens are replaced by the acetic acid, ions of acetic acids, acetate ions. You can see there are 4 acetate ions and there are diamines. But the problem with this is it is not soluble in water. So what we have to do is we have to take disodium salt of this EDTA if you want to prepare solution. So this hydrogens will be replaced by sodium and we use disodium salt of EDTA for preparation of EDTA solution. In order to determine the endpoint, we use the indicator EBT, that is Aerochrome Black T, which is a blue colored dye, and this is soluble in alcohol. This indicator is effective at a pH of around 10. So we need to maintain pH of 10 in order to get the color change. So we'll be preparing the buffer solution to maintain a pH of 10. Let us see the reactions taking place. At first, we are having the calcium magnesium ions present in water. When we add EBT into that, this calcium magnesium ions present in the water, hard water, will react with this EBT at a pH of about 10 to form calcium magnesium EBT complex, which is wine red unstable complex. Okay, you can see the color here. When this is titrated against EDTA solution, see, what we have done is we have put at first EBT. This EBT reacted with calcium magnesium ions present in the hard water and formed calcium magnesium EBT complex, which is an unstable complex of wine red color. When we add EDTA into this solution, what happens is this EDTA will replace EBT and will form calcium magnesium EDTA complex, which is a very stable complex. It do not have any color, and this EBT, which is nothing but blue colored dye, which we used as indicator, gets separated out. You can see the color change. At first the color will be, after adding EBT, the color will be wine red color. When we start adding EDTA, this EBT will be replaced with EDTA and slowly there will be a color change because of separation of this EBT. And at the end point, this will be completely converted into blue color, that is wine red to blue color is nothing but the end point, color change at the end point. Let us go for the procedure. Now, there should be so many solutions prepared during this titration process. At first, preparation of standard hard water. For the preparation of standard hard water, we take calcium carbonate. 1 gram of calcium carbonate will be dissolved in 1 liter of water to make 1 gram per liter of solution. But we know that calcium carbonate is one of the most insoluble salt present. So we need to add dilute HCl into this. So calcium carbonate will get dissolved in dilute HCl and this solution is evaporated to dryness so that will get dissolved in that, and then we get the precipitate. That precipitate, that residue will be dissolved in distilled water and we will make up to 1 liter. So 1 gram of calcium carbonate dissolved in 1 liter of distilled water is nothing but the standard hard water. 1 gram means it is 10 to the power 3 milligram. 1 liter means it is 10 to the power of 3 ml. So we can say that 1 gram per liter is nothing but 1 milligram per ml. For the preparation of EDTA solution, we need to dissolve 3.72 gram of disodium salt of EDTA. As I have already said that EDTA is not soluble in water, so we are taking disodium salt of EDTA. 3.72 we get it from the molecular mass of EDTA. It is 372.25. So this 3.72 gram is dissolved to get 0.01 m EDTA solution. That is gram molecular weight, 370. If we want to get 1 molar solution, we have to dissolve 372 gram in 1 liter. We need 0.01 m EDTA solution, so we are dissolving 3.72 gram of disodium salt of EDTA to get 0.01 m EDTA. For the indicator solution, that is EBT, we need to dissolve 0.5 gram of EBT in 100 ml of ethanol. As I have already discussed that EBT is a blue colored dye which will be dissoluble in the alcohol. Preparation of buffer solution, we take ammonium chloride and ammonia, that is ammonium hydroxide, 67.5 ml ammonium chloride and 570 ml of ammonium hydroxide. Both will be mixed and made up to 1 liter with distilled water. We get the solution of buffer solution. Now, the process of titration is as follows. We will be doing three different titrations. There will be 3 steps of titrations. The first step is the standardization of EDTA solution. For the standardization of EDTA solution, we have standard hard water, which we prepared by dissolving 1 gram calcium carbonate in 1 liter. Okay, so 50 ml of standard hard water is taken. Okay, that is 1 gram per liter standard hard water we had, and 50 ml of that solution is taken. We add 8 to 10 ml of buffer solution and 2 to 3 drops of EBT indicator. See, this is, we are taking hard water. We are adding 8 to 10 ml of buffer solution to maintain a pH of 10, because EBT will give the color change only at pH 10. 2 to 3 drops of EBT. When we add EBT, the color will be changed into wine red color because of the presence of calcium magnesium EBT complex. Now, this will be titrated against EDTA. EDTA is taken in the burette and it will be titrated. And when we start titrating, what it happens is, as I have already said in the previous slide, this EDTA will replace EBT and we get the complex of calcium magnesium EDTA complex. And this EDTA complex it is a very stable complex and it do not have any specific color, but EBT gets separated out. The color of EBT, that is blue color, will be seen in the conical flask. So the color change is what? From wine red color to blue is the end point. Okay. Suppose the volume consumed by the EDTA, volume of EDTA consumed is suppose V1 ml, because this during this titration at the end point the reading will be suppose V1 ml. Okay. Now for the second titration, that is determination of total hardness of water sample. Total hardness of water sample, we will be taking the sample whose hardness need to be calculated. So we need hard water sample. It has both the hardness, temporary hardness and permanent hardness. So we are calculating total hardness. So because of which we are taking the sample directly. So hard water sample is taken, 50 ml of hard water sample is taken, and the same process is repeated. That is, we will be adding 8 to 10 ml of buffer solution, 3 to 4 ml of drops of EBT, and titrated against EDTA, and we get a color change of wine red to blue. That wine red to blue color, suppose the reading at the end point is V2 ml. In the step 3, what we do is we need to calculate permanent hardness. So for calculating permanent hardness, at first temporary hardness should be removed. To remove temporary hardness, we need to just boil the water. So we'll be taking 250 ml of this above hard water sample. We will boil it till the volume reduces to half, and the solution will be cooled, filtered, and again it will be made up to the same volume, that is 250 ml. 50 ml of the sample is taken and the same process will be repeated as the above. That is, we'll be adding EBT, 2 to 3 drops of EBT, buffer solution to maintain pH 10, and it will be titrated again EDTA, and after titration we get the color change of wine red to blue color. Suppose the reading is V3 ml. At the end point, suppose the volume of EDTA consumed is V3 ml. Now let us do the calculation part. For the standardization, at first we did the standardization of EDTA and the volume was V1 ml. So 50 ml of standard hard water was taken and V1 was the reading of EDTA consumed. And we know that standard hard water contains 1 gram per liter of calcium carbonate, or we can say 1 milligram per ml of calcium carbonate. Okay, I said 1 milligram per ml of calcium carbonate. So in 1 ml there is 1 milligram of calcium carbonate. So we have 50 ml of standard hard water. So we have 50 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent, which is nothing but V1 ml of EDTA solution. We are converting it into hard water is calculating, we are calculating in terms of calcium carbonate equivalent. So we can say 1 ml of EDTA solution, 1 ml of EDTA solution is equal to what? 50 divided by V1 milligram calcium carbonate equivalent. Okay. Now in the step 2, we did total hardness, that is the hardness water was taken whose hardness needs to be calculated. So 50 ml of the sample was taken. Again we did a whole procedure and we got the reading of V2 ml. So we know that 50 ml hard water sample gave V2 ml of EDTA solution. Then the V2 ml of EDTA solution, 1 ml of EDTA solution has how much? 50 upon V1 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent. So we can say that 50 ml of hard water sample is equal to V2 multiplied by 1 ml of EDTA solution contained 50 upon V1 milligram of calcium carbonate, and then 1000 ml of hard water sample contains how much? We can multiply it by 1000 and divide it by 50. So V2 multiplied by 50 divided by V1 multiplied by 1000 divided by this 50. So we get it as V2 upon V1 into 1000 milligram per liter or ppm, because we had taken total hardness, okay, total water sample in which there were temporary hardness and permanent hardness. So total hardness will come out to be V2 upon V1 into 1000 milligram of calcium carbonate per 1000 ml, okay, means milligram per liter or ppm. For the step 3, third step is determination of permanent hardness of water sample. The volume consumed was V3 ml, okay. 50 ml of boiled water sample was taken whose reading was V3 ml, and we know that in 1 ml of EDTA solution we have 50 upon V1 milligram of calcium carbonate, okay. In 1 ml of EDTA solution, 50 from the first step, first titration, we have 1 ml of EDTA solution contain 50 upon V1 milligram of calcium carbonate. So we can say that V3 multiplied by 50 upon V1 milligram of calcium carbonate. If 50 ml contains this much milligram of calcium carbonate, 1000 ml of boiled water sample must contain how much? Multiplied by 1000 divided by 50. Okay, so permanent, this is what through boiling we had removed all the temporary hardness. So we will be getting the permanent hardness V3 upon V1 multiplied by 1000 milligram per liter. 1000 ml is 1 liter. So milligram per liter, or we can say it is a ppm. So temporary hardness is how much? Total hardness minus permanent hardness. So total hardness is V2 upon V1 into 1000 and permanent hardness is V3 upon V1 into 1000. So temporary hardness will come out to be V2 minus V3 upon V1 multiplied by 1000 milligram per liter of ppm. Let us take one example. We have a standard hard water which is prepared by dissolving 1 gram of pure and dry calcium carbonate in 1 liter distilled water. Okay, so first step is what? We are preparing standard hard water by dissolving 1 gram dry calcium carbonate in 1 liter. So 1 gram per liter, or we can say 1 milligram per ml. The second step is what? 50 ml of the solution required 46 ml of EDTA solution. Means the second titration, 50 ml of hard water solution was taken. No. The standard hard water, first titration it is. This is the process of preparation of standard hard water. But the titration, first titration was what? Titration of standard hard water against EDTA. So this is the standard hard water. See, 50 ml of this standard hard water was taken and it consumed how much? 46 ml of EDTA solution. So this is what? V1 ml is 46 ml. And we have taken 50 ml of hard water sample. Hard water sample is which contains temporary and permanent hardness both. It is taken and it required 20 ml of EDTA solution. So V2 is what? It is 20 ml. So this is our second titration. Third titration was for temporary hardness, that is boiled water sample consumed 10 ml EDTA solution. So V3 is what? 10 ml and determine temporary, permanent and total hardness of water in ppm of calcium carbonate equivalence. So let us do the numerical same in the way that we have done for the derivation part. So 1 liter of standard hard water contains 1 gram calcium carbonate. Just I have explained. It means that 1 ml standard hard SHW standard hard water contains 1 milligram calcium carbonate, or we can say it is 1 milligram per ml of calcium carbonate. Now, first titration contained 50 ml of standard hard water we have taken, and titration gives 46 ml as V1 ml. V1 ml of EDTA solution, that is 46 ml. So 1 ml of standard hard water contains 1 milligram of CaCO3. So 50 ml standard hard water must contain 50 milligram of CaCO3. It should be 50 milligram of CaCO3, not standard hard water. Standard hard water contains calcium carbonate. So we can write it as 50 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent is equal to 46 ml of EDTA. So 1 ml of EDTA will contain how much milligram calcium carbonate? We can divide it by 46, that is 50 upon 46 milligram calcium carbonate equivalent. So this is the thing, but we will be using this 1 ml EDTA solution. We will be calculating. We will be using it for further calculation, that is for titration 2 and titration 3. So we have to remember that 1 ml of EDTA solution contains how much milligram calcium carbonate? It is 50 upon 46 milligram calcium carbonate. So the second step is what? We have taken hard water sample, we titrated and we got 20 ml of EDTA solution. 1 ml EDTA solution contained how much? 50 upon 46 milligram calcium carbonate equivalent. I just said that we have to remember that 1 ml of EDTA contains 50 upon 46 milligram calcium carbonate. 50 ml hard water contains this much milligram calcium carbonate, means that 1000 ml hard water contains how much? We can multiply by 1000 and divide by 50. So this should be what? It should be the total hardness value. So total hardness will be 434.78 milligram per liter of ppm. The third titration is of with boiled water against EDTA solution. So it gave, that is V3 ml, that gave 10 ml of EDTA solution, and 1 ml EDTA solution is equivalent to 50 upon 46 milligram CaCO3 equivalent. It's not EDTA solution, it should be CaCO3 equivalent. So 1000 ml of boiled water must be how much? 1000 multiplied by 1000 divided by 50. So 10 into 50 upon 46 multiplied by 1000 divided by 50 milligram calcium carbonate equivalent. And this titration will give what? By boiling we had removed all the temporary hardness. So it should be the value for the permanent hardness. So 217.39 milligram per liter will be the value for the permanent hardness. Temporary hardness will be equal to what? Total hardness minus permanent hardness. So that value will be 217.39 milligram per liter. Let us take another example. We can directly calculate the same thing by using the formula that we have learned earlier. The standard hard water contains 20 gram of calcium carbonate per liter. You can see 20 gram of, it is not 1 gram calcium carbonate per liter as in the previous example, or during the titration we used always how much? 1 gram of calcium carbonate, but here they are giving 20 gram of calcium carbonate per liter for standard hard water. Okay, this you have to remember. For 20 ml of the standard hard water required 50 ml of EDTA solution. So this is our first titration. Okay, that is we are taking 20 ml of standard hard water and it is titrated against 15 ml of EDTA solution. It means that V1 is equal to 15 ml. And on titration, 20 ml of water sample required to 10 ml of EDTA solution. That is for total hardness. We have taken the sample, hard water sample, 20 ml is taken and titrated. So V2 is nothing but 10 ml. And after boiling, again we have titrated it. It will come out to be 5 ml EDTA solution. So let us calculate temporary, permanent and total hardness. So we know that standard hard water sample contains 20 gram of calcium carbonate. So we know we have to see in 1 ml how much milligram calcium carbonate. So 1 liter means 1000 ml and 20 gram means 20 into 1000 milligram. So for 1 ml we can divide it by 1000. So it will be 1 ml SHW means 20 into 1000 upon 1000 milligram calcium carbonate. Or we can say 1 ml standard hard water contains 20 milligram of calcium carbonate instead of 1 milligram in previous examples. So first titration was what? 20 ml of standard hard water contains 15 ml of EDTA solution. This is the first titration. So we can replace this 1 ml of EDTA solution with 20 milligram of calcium carbonate. So we can have 1 ml of EDTA solution is equal to 20 multiplied by 20 divided by 15 milligram of calcium carbonate equivalent, and we can proceed the same calculation as in the previous examples. That is for V2 we can take, and for V3 we can do the detailed titration, so detailed calculations also. But in the next this one I am just using the formula so that even you can do it in shortcuts also. Total hardness was what? V2 upon V1 into 1000 milligram per liter or ppm, provided standard hard water contains 1 milligram per ml CaCO3. Here how much we have? It is 20 milligram per ml. So V1 is equal to 15 ml. We have V2 is equal to 10 ml and we have V3 equal to 5 ml. We can put V1, V2, V3 values in the formulas. Here V1 and V2. So V2 is 10 ml divided by V1 ml. So V2 upon V1 multiplied by 1000. Because it is 20 milligram per ml standard hard water, so we are multiplying by 20. Otherwise, we can directly write that 10 upon 15 into 1000 milligram per liter is the answer. But because standard hard water contains 20 milligram per ml, we are multiplying it by 20. So we can directly use the formula also. So this will be coming out to be 1,333.3 milligram per liter. Similarly, we can calculate the permanent hardness also, V3 upon V1 into 1000. So V3 is 5 ml, V1 is 15 ml multiplied by 1000, provided it is 1 milligram per ml. But here we have 20 milligram per ml, so we have to multiply it with even 20 also. V3 upon V1 multiplied by the amount of calcium carbonate in the standard hard water. Okay, the amount is 20 milligram per ml. So in 1 ml there is 20 milligram instead of 1 ml, 1 milligram. So we are multiplying it with 20. We can get this. So in detailed calculations also we can do, or else we can use a direct formula. And temporary hardness we can calculate. Total minus permanent hardness will be the temporary hardness. And thank you. That's all for today.